Here, what is it with all these Americans just finding out about black Scottish content creators? This is genuine real. Like, I feel so special right now. I'm looking through some of my comments and some of them are typing, but y'all exist. And I'm just like, aye, we do. There's black cunts in Scotland, mate. Just normal cunts like me and you. Like, I'm flicking through some of my comments and some of them are still typing, like, y'all are rare gemstones. And it's like, it's weird because like when I'm reading the comments, I can actually hear myself in an American accent. It's fucking weird. But aye, there is black cunts in Scotland and we do exist, so yeah.
Guys, the entertainment on that last post in the last 24 hours has been crazy. But welcome to Black Scottish TikTok.
Can you get jobs? Yes, you can get jobs. You might be the only black person in that job. So just be wary that sometimes you will be the only black person in a room. So you will definitely notice that for sure.
Guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right. So guys, something interesting has been happening on the internet, yeah? And black Americans, at least a few of them, have discovered that black Scottish exists, right?
Right. And I guess I see why Americans were very excited to discover that side of TikTok. To be quite honest, it's not until black Americans brought it to light that we started getting a lot of black Scottish videos, because even my page, for some reason this week, it was just flooded with a lot of Scottish blacks explaining their way of life, their experiences, their culture, and the type of food they like.
Basically teaching black Americans about their existence and how they live, in short, yeah?
Right.
But
So
while before you go there, while this brought a little bit of discourse, because obviously there's always that negative
side to every beautiful thing that happens.
Right. There's that discourse that was created, but that was just a few percentage. Majority of black Americans were really, really happy and positive about this, and
loving on the Scottish blacks, and vice versa also. A lot of Scottish blacks were loving on the black Americans as well.
Right, especially, the accents are so ticklish, you know. Anyway, guys, let's watch what we've prepared for you, and then we come back and talk about it. You can let us know what you think about this episode on the comment section. Also consider subscribing
if you're new to our channel.
Right, let's watch.
I'ma slow down so that y'all can understand me. My new transatlantic followers are having a hard time following along, at least that's what they're saying in the comments. So, let me answer some frequently asked questions. Number one, yes, I am black. Yes, I am Scottish. I am not Sassenach. I am not Irish. I am not Welsh. 43 years born and raised in Scotland. 100% Scotch beef right here. Anyway, I'm not sure how this got to America, me complaining about the weather. But welcome. Black Scottish TikTok isn't just me either. There's a number of black Scottish creators, so I'm going to tag some. You can blow up their comment section as well, because the love from the US has been crazy. I'm going to accept Black Jamie. I've never actually seen Outlander. Don't cancel me for that. But if Book Talk decide I'm Black Jamie, the film rights, the book deals, I'll take them all. One thing I will ask, if you're looking for audiobooks, I'll read any story for the right price. Drop your price in the comments. I'll read the Gruffalo and you can record that and use that as a bedtime story. But I hope everyone has a great day.
This black Scottish thing just shows you how isolated the media in America is. Americans surprised. Black Scottish people not surprised. So it just shows you they're like, why are you guys, what? I always bring it up. There was a class at FIT and it was like a global pop culture, something like that. But it was about like global media and like South Korea, whatever. But they always talked about how sometimes the media just disseminates things here. They don't show global affairs. You have to go seek it. And ever since then, I started seeking out because I realized how isolated our media is. That is genuinely why like Americans are like surprised. They're just not, America just didn't raise us the correct way. Even though I think other countries deal with this, I think America has like the worst of it. You really have to culture yourself. I think this is a perfect example of you have to kind of go like, but also, you know what makes me think like, how is this also surprising when it's like black people in the UK have a British accent, so why wouldn't there be black people with other accents in other places? I don't know why that's surprising. I mean, seeing it in this mass and like it's very attractive to hear. It's a great reason for anybody to enrich themselves now, you know? There's a lot out here outside of this US of A.
Guys, honestly, I love you Americans so much. Like, I'm so happy that you're intrigued to know what it's like to live in Scotland and stuff, and you've found my TikTok and you've found other people's TikToks. So I've seen all your questions and you guys have so much, like you are so intrigued to find out so much, so I'll try to answer as much as I can. Like probably not in this video, probably in another video or something. But like let me just like kind of start off by explaining how I'm actually even here. So like I was born in 2003, so I'm 22 now. A lot of families were moving like to different, like dispersing their countries like in those years, but I can't remember, like I literally can't mind what was happening during that time. Like I literally can't remember why like so many like families were moving and stuff like that, but like I ended up here. But like the thing is, my family were moving about quite a lot around the UK, so like Scotland wasn't like the first in.
So I just opened TikTok and I look on my FYP. Apparently Americans just found out that black Scottish people existed. First of all, I didn't think Americans knew that Scottish people existed in general. From what I've heard, they just think all the people from the UK are one country. Yes, I am Scottish and I am black. The first introduction to Scottish people who were black for everyone might have been Ella from Love Island. Yes, we Scottish black people are just like regular people. We wake up, eat, drink. You know, a lot of Scottish people exist that are black. Just give us some time. Honestly, you'll get used to us in a jiffy, like really quick. I'm in Edinburgh right now, but I usually stay in Glasgow. I find it kind of funny that TikTok always finds a way to latch onto something randomly on a random day. We had finding out that ginger people were actually black people as well. And now it's like our turn. Scottish black people actually exist. There's always some kind of like new revelation when it comes to TikTok. It's really fascinating. And
are people just not aware that black Scottish people are just Caribbeans and Africans that live in Scotland? Or are we all just confused? Because I'm seeing these unusual ass videos talking about, you see how the black Scots, they see they're Scottish, they don't see they're African because they're not African, they're Scottish. Baby, for dinner, they're gonna eat some Jamaican patties. That person is Jamaican. Someone said that these are the original inhabitants of Scotland. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, do you think they're gonna wear kilts at their wedding? Baby, they're gonna wear some SOB. That's a Nigerian man.
Honestly, like the best part of us Black Americans discovering Black Scottish people that is most amazing to me is that we can finally put on front and center that our education system sucks. Because baby, we did not know about y'all. Let me tell you something. I am learning so much right now. I've never wanted to go to Glasgow, whatever. I want to go. Like, it seems so lit over there. Everybody seems like they're just enjoying themselves. And like, we're over here stressed, baby. Do y'all know why we're stressed? I don't know if y'all see our news. There's this big orange guy. Like, we are stressing. And I gotta tell you, seeing y'all over there in Scotland, it's giving frolic. It's giving, we need to go over there. Like, I'm straight up hating. Like, yes, we have a million questions. What is the food like? I mean, like, where do y'all go and hang out? Like, we know nothing. Please tell us more. Like, I'm following every single person I see. Like, I'm like, please come pick us up. It's ghetto here.
Americans discovered that black people live in Scotland, and you know what? They actually have some pretty valid questions. So I am going to try and answer them. So yeah, let's go. First question, someone said, is there a Popeyes? Yes, there is a Popeyes. We actually have two Popeyes, not one. We have two. We have one in Edinburgh, and then we also have one in... Actually, no, we have three. We have one in Edinburgh, one in Glasgow, one between Glasgow, like East Kilbride area. So yeah, we have three Popeyes, so don't worry, you'll still have that. Someone said, what is the dating scene like? Can you get jobs? Yes, you can get jobs. You might be the only black person in that job. So just be wary that sometimes you will be the only black person in a room. So you will definitely notice that for sure. Food-wise, we like haggis, we like black pudding, we like anything to do with tatties, potatoes, we like potato scones, mashed potato, everything like that. We love that. We do a really nice Scottish breakfast as well. Listen, weather, if you want to live somewhere where you can never predict the weather, move to Scotland. 1 minute it can be sunny, the next minute it's raining hailstones. Whichever. Ceilidh dances are the most popular. So if you're ever at a wedding, at a function, Everyone's gonna do a killie dance. You have a live band. We're all getting in circles, going round. Search up killie dance is definitely.
So I'm watching all of this discourse that's happening online. And honestly, truly, I'm not here to bust anybody's bubble. But I think you guys need to know this because it's a little bit embarrassing. It is. The Black Scottish are also Black British. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland all fall under the umbrella, the United Kingdom. So to see you guys on this app ask these people, are they African? Are you guys immigrants? You telling them don't allow those Africans to take credit for what you guys built in Scotland. Number one, are you not embarrassed? The same thing that happened in England also happened in Scotland, the Windrush generation. You also have the African migration. You have the more modern immigration to the United Kingdom. So when y'all online talking about, let us know if you African so we can unfollow you now, you should be embarrassed. Because y'all the ones that be sitting online telling these people, y'all don't know nothing about us. Y'all know nothing about our culture. But something so simple as what is the United Kingdom, you don't understand. I guess we all need an education, right?
I just did a deep dive on Black Scottish TikTok, and I'm trying to figure out, like, why do they seem really cool? They seem very different from other Black Europeans, right? Because the British, annoying. I hope I never have to talk to those people again. And, you know, I'm not really so familiar with other parts of the European Black diaspora. The French are cool. Like, I like French Black people too. Maybe it's just the British that suck. Anyways, something about them seems different though. Is it just me? Like, it's like looking at a mirror. Obviously we all Black, but I'm saying like culturally, like, you know, like that really feels like my people. Like, I don't know. They'll feel like my people. Like, I feel like we know each other. Like, we long lost cousins for real. Can somebody tell me the history of how Black people got to Scotland? Because it never crossed my mind, right? I bet Irish Black people are cool too. Let's find them next. But first, somebody give me a deep dive of how Black people got to Scotland. I need to find that out ASAP, because I bet that's why they cool as hell. I bet their history is rich.
Well, a lot of us have just found Black Scottish TikTok, and it's been wild. First of all, hello Scottish Sterling K. Brown. I mean, come on. That's like basically the same person. Oh my God. But also like the accents. And there's so many people who are like, oh my God, I didn't know that there are Black people in Scotland. There are Black people everywhere, honestly. There are Black people everywhere. But listen to this.
Scottish school holidays are a bit of a washout, right? It's been all right this year, but it's been a bit of a washout. And then we get to the week the kids go back. Welcome to Black Scottish TikTok. I'm a slow down so that y'all can understand me. My new transatlantic followers are having a hard time following along. At least that's what they're saying in the comments. So let me answer some frequently asked questions. Number one, yes, I am Black.
Oh.
Yes, I am Scottish.
Ooh.
I am not Sassenach. I am not Irish. I am not Welsh. 43 years born and raised in Scotland.
Tell us, Daddy.
100% Scotch beef free.
I mean, I guess that this is the sign that we need to move to Scotland. That's the sign that I'm taking. Okay, girlies? I guess this is a sign that you need to move to Scotland to find your Black Scottish husband. Because, I mean, yeah, this is some Scottish beef right here, okay? Oh.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about the videos we just played you, yeah? You know, watching these clips and also coming across that side of TikTok makes me feel like for real, you know, we are just a whole group of, or should I say, a nation of Black people, just different accents, you know?
Different accents, different cultures, but there's a hell lot of us out in the world.
Well, yeah, and we have similarities, you know? Because personally, even me, when I was looking looking at them, it's the same thing that happens to me when I look at Caribbeans, Jamaicans. I feel like we could literally just be put in our own world and we'd all
still
look
survive.
the same, you know.
Yeah.
We'd all look the same, we'd still survive. Like, it's a beautiful thing to watch. And most especially because I feel like for some reason we've never had, because like I wouldn't blame some of the people who never thought that Scotland had black people, because everything that comes, I think, from Scotland mostly represents white people,
Scottish people.
Yeah, it mostly represents white people. So I can't also blame the people who think that, who thought that black people didn't exist in Scotland, But the question is, why is it that we don't hear a lot from the black Scottish,
And it's not only the black Scottish, but a lot of black Europeans, because I think in occasions we've only heard about black Brits in occasions, right? But they're not as vocal. But then again, online they say, because also black Americans ask them if they experience racism or job discriminations and whatnot, to which Scottish people said, of course, sometimes you get jobs here, but you realize that you're the only black person in that company or amongst the few countable black people in that company. And also when it comes to racism, a lot of them say that racism is there, but it is not to the scale at which America has it. And that the difference between the racism in Scotland and in America, they explain, is that in Scotland, when it happens, everybody speaks up against it, while in America, when it happens, sometimes white people tend to mind their own business and pretend that it doesn't happen.
Right, they don't see color. There's no racism in America, but I feel like this is a good thing. This is one step towards the Africans in diaspora or the black people in diaspora reconnecting, because there was a point in life where, to be quite honest, we were all oblivious about the fact that others of us exist out there. There was a point in
even
life
before
when
you go far, a good example is before, because I think TikTok has really brought a lot of things to light, and it has unified the black population even further, because before TikTok, as we usually say, Africans, we usually used to think the biggest percentage of black people is in Africa, and that the world didn't have other black people except from America.
True.
To which we didn't even know how the black population of America was living. So we were on the dark on what was happening in the black community of America, So TikTok has really exposed different cultures of different black people globally, And this, I feel like it's a good thing, because it is perpetuating the unification of black people, if I may say.
Right, but I don't know why I get scared when you talk out loud and you say those words, unification of black people, because definitely there's a reason why
we have been separated for quite a long time.
And even in Africa, where you find majority of black population at
loggerheads.
Well, okay, I was going to say even that, but also you find majority of black population lives in this continent, but also the borders are still there. People for some reason cannot get along, and there's only a certain level of progress you're allowed, and if you hit a certain level, you're brought back down. Like for the case of Libya, they had a good leader, they were going to achieve even greater heights, but what happened to that nation,
Yeah, it was brought back down. And then also in the subject of social media being a point of unification, one thing that worries me is that this video we saw on TikTok of a certain white guy who was talking about Bill Gates and his buddies and how they want to bring back barriers for communication.
The vision they have of 2030. Just go and do a research about that, because to be honest, we cannot do that on this channel unless
we want to be normal. But anyway, what I'm saying is that some people find it fit to cut back on how far the world has come in terms of communication. Like, for example, just take the internet for example, how far the world has come in terms of this growth, whereby us here in Africa, we can easily communicate to a Black American in America, or we can easily communicate to a person in Asia without any barriers, you know. Right now, if I can afford it,
You actually don't even have to travel for you to communicate with somebody.
And for those who want to go and experience the culture themselves in present, they can. It's as easy as hopping on a plane and going to that place if you can afford it, right? So this group of people, they're planning to get rid of all of that, even domestic flights and flights in general, in such a way that they only want military flights to be available, but no other flights. You know, but
and
anyway,
there's a few flights that will be there only for the ultra rich, you know.
Right. So to these guys, I usually say, when you still have the chance, people just do your research, because there's a lot going on in the world right now that you might not be able to see because you're not necessarily looking for that information. And some people might also not freely talk about that information because that is how it has been designed to happen. But when I see videos like this of people discovering each other, people embracing each other, it's why I get so happy, because right now we can still do this before anybody interferes with the system.
Right. And you know, the greatest thing, as they normally say, is unity is power. You know, if there's more of you out there who get along, then it becomes difficult for the enemy to
divide you guys. Yeah, because we saw in as much as this beautiful trend was going on the internet, there's just a few people in both groups who are coming up and trying to divide each other, you know, because we don't deny that there is the diaspora wars going on right now. But my thing is, if you can choose unity, there's no need to fire the division further, you know.
Right. And personally, I normally choose to engage in something that brings unity, you know.
Right.
And as Maureen has said, definitely we don't argue or we don't deny that there's some diaspora war going there out there, you know. And as I said in the beginning, you know, where you find something positive, of course, a little negativity is always going to be brought out of it.
Yeah, so I guess, I think it's just upon you as a person to choose in which side you're going to lie on and what you consume. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who ultimately choose what content you consume. Because if you consume negative content of diaspora wars, that is what is going to affect your spirit, yeah? And if you decide to go with the positivity of Americans having discovered that there are Black people outside of America who are living a certain way and taking interest in knowing their day-to-day way of life, you can also consume that content and come out as one of the people who learn from those different people, you know.
Right. Guys, I don't know what you have to say about that, but definitely let us know what you think about this on the comment section.
Right.
And also, like, just a fun question, a quick fire, you know, just us, because of Black Americans, the rest of us have had to hear from, you know, the Black Scottish, yeah?
And it was beautiful.
It was a beautiful thing.
It's like just seeing Black people talk, because, okay, I know for a fact that we also have an accent. Some people usually complain that they don't understand that accent, but, you know, as we're used to each other, so we're used to our accent, just as how Black Americans are used to each other, they're used to their accent. Black Scottish are used to each other, they're used to their accent.
And
but when all of us, different diasporans come together, that is when you realize
that's the beauty, right?
Yeah,
that is what
it's
makes
beautiful.
us different at the same time, right?
Right.
And it's beautiful. It's like, you need to embrace the differences each other come with.
Right.
I feel like that is where the fun is, because imagine
you
how
cannot
boring
all
it would be
just
the same looking alike. It would be boring, you know.
Right. You had a question.
It's interesting to see them, you know, how they talk, you know.
It kind of reminds me of these movies that we usually watch.
Snow White. There's this Snow White.
No, Snow White has an accent. You know,
that guy who acted in Snow White, I don't remember his name. I think he was
this guy who usually has a hammer. He acted in Snow White,
and I think he had that accent. It's a cute accent.
Interesting.
Right?
It's an interesting accent. And you had a question, by the way.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, is there a place where you'd like to, like, you've been curious about and you'd like to know or hear from the Black community in that said area? You know, I'd like to know. Maybe it can bring forth an education like the one we've had in this episode today. You know, we'd like to know. Just let us know in the comment section. Also, consider subscribing on the if you've not done so, and we really, really appreciate you creating your time
to watch our episode.
Right.
Right. We'll see you on our next episode.